Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. I want to say this much. I want to give LeBron James credit for this part. That's something that he did that I think was outstanding. I don't know how many times he's done it. I don't know if this was his first or second time, but I think this is an important, stat or something that you could put on your resume. Well, yesterday in a win versus the Houston Rockets, and yes, it was the Houston Rockets, LeBron James started at center, and he scored 32 points. Now, LeBron James being 6'9", I think that's pretty amazing. I know Draymond Green plays center a lot, but I'm talking about LeBron James in his entire career has officially at least one or more times started at every position. We know he started at point guard before. We know he started at the 2 before. We know he started at the 3. That's pretty much his primary position. Of course, he started at power forward, and he's now started at center. So I think that's amazing. Not even Michael Jordan has done that. The funny thing is, I don't know if people remember, LeBron James in his rookie season, he split time in between the 1 and the 2 anyway. When LeBron James was about, because LeBron James, when he entered the league, he was listed, I think, at 6'7", 6'8". Because Tracy McGrady was like 6'7", 6'8", and played pretty much the two most of his career. Tracy played a little point. Then he converted mostly to the 2, and then he, towards the end of his career, he started to play some 3. But LeBron James has started at all 5 positions at one time in his career. So I think that's amazing, and I think that's a good thing, because we all know that Stephen Curry can't start at center or small forward or power forward. Stephen Curry, best case scenario, could only play probably the 1 or the 2, because 1, he isn't big enough. He isn't big enough. He's only 6'3". But yeah, man, kudos to LeBron James, man, for pulling that off, man. That is something to do a video about. I'm not going to do no video about LeBron James holding the record for the most points scored on Christmas, because that's sort of like a meaningless stats. That's not going to, when people, assessing your career, we're not going to be like, well, LeBron James scored the most. But we can say, hey, LeBron James at one time or another has started at all 5 positions. So yes, not even the best that ever did it has ever done that. Magic Johnson, he did it before. We know that championship series where the Lakers won their first championship and Kareem went out on an injury, Magic Johnson had to start at center, and he scored, I forgot how many points he scored. Somebody put in the comment section how many were, but he had a big game, I'll say that much, and he secured the championship. So yeah, LeBron James gets all the credit in the world for starting at center and scoring 32 points. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.